ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო.
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
Hello, dear chess friends. Welcome to Batumi World Youth Championship under 8, 10, 12 open and girls section. We have more than 750 players here from 69 different countries. Today we're having the round number 9. I am Grandmaster Valeri Gaprindashvili. I will be with you today as before. And okay, first of all, we have the perfect news. Finally, the sun appears on our city, and we are actually happy of that. So today we are having the round number 9. The tournament goes to the end, the final stage, the most decisive one. So we can already start. As I see, we have the games in progress, so we can start with the open section under 12 here. I will announce you the standings of the tournament. So on the first board we have Beso Hussein against Uskov Artyom. So Uskov has 7 points out of 8 and Beso has 6.5 points out of 8. I'll tell you in advance that we have 2 7-pointers in this tournament. This is on the first board Uskov with the black, and on the second board, so this is first board, we already have the moves here. This is a Catalan system. Nothing unexpected. On the second board we have another player with 7 points out of 8. This is Ding Han Ho, who lost only against Uskov. And he is playing against Sovinsky. Sovinsky is with black. He is having 6.5 points. So as I told you, two players has 7 points out of 8. This is Uskov and Ding on the first and second boards. And also we have only 2 players with 6.5 points. This is Beso Hussein and Sovinsky Paul. This is it of the first 2 boards. On the third board we have Movahed Sina against Mohammadian Sichani Arshia. Both of them are having 6 points out of 8. Also I'll mention that both of these players are from Iran, from that excellent country which is improving chess quite well, and I wish them the best luck, of course. On the next board, so we have a big group of the 6-pointers. On the next board we have Mamedov Edgar against Lysenkov Sviatoslav, without anything unexpected in the beginning. So both of them are having 6 points. Next board also, board number 5, we have 6-pointers, Ahmad Khagan and Dao with the black. Yes, this is quite classical position also. Next board we have Delger Dalai against Adi Reddy Arjun, both of them also 6-pointers, and we have one more 6-pointer on the board number 7 who went down and playing against the player Temir Bekov, who has 5.5 points out of 8. This is also the classical Sicilian with the C3 line, the theoretical line, so nothing unexpected for now. In open section under 12, now we go to the girls section. Under 12, here on the first board we have Geladze Kesaria playing against Shubhi Gupta. So Geladze Kesaria is leading the tournament and she has 7 points out of 8. From other side, Shubhi with black, she's having 6.5 points out of 8. So this is a very well-known opening for white, for Mgiladze Kesaria. She is actually doing this all the time. On the next board, we have 6.5 pointers there. So we have 4 players with 6.5 points. So on the first board, it was Shubhi Gupta. The next, here we have Yusefian against Goryachkina Oksana. Both of them with 6.5 points. Nothing unusual in this opening also. And on the third board, we have one more 6.5 pointer with black, Ismailova Khanim. Also with a typical Sicilian defense. She is playing against Preobrazhenskaya. So I will tell you that welcome back. This is to Preobrazhenskaya Diana. She is the first number by start ranking of the tournament. She is the first rating. She, in the middle of the tournament, she played not so well, but she is back. She is having 6 points out of 8. Everything is ahead, and this is of course a very decisive game for both of the players and very interesting game, as both of them I think are the best, one of the best in their age. Then we have one player with 6 points. This is board number 4. This is Abramkina with black having 6 points, which went down to Beber Anja, who has, sorry, maybe it's not Anja, it is Anya, who has 5.5 points out of 8. Let's go to the open section. Nothing unusual in this opening also. Next, we have open section under 10. On the first board, we have Shilon playing against Kleimenov. Both of them are having the 7 points out of 8. And these are the only 2 players with that score. So it's easy to guess that this will be the super decisive game and super decisive round for them. So what we have here, let's take a look from the beginning. So it was closed Sicilian with the bishop b5 line, then bishop d3, nice, and knight d5, e6. So that's quite interesting from the beginning. Let's see where Shilon will go with his knight from d5, knight which already did 2 moves, and now it is forced to move again. Let's go to the next board, where we have the pair of the 6.5 pointer. So I will tell you again in advance that we have 3 players of 6.5 points out of 8 here in this open section under 10. So these are Unsal Gorkem against Liu Patrick. Unsal, which was leading the tournament all the time, and yesterday we were reviewing his game where he refused to do the draw. Actually, it was not so clear that the opponent will reach that target and will do the draw, so the opponent has to do the draw, but Unsal refused that line, choose something else which was not the best, and at least he did the huge blunder, 2 PT blunder. Even in that moment his position was just perfect. So, and he blundered and he lost the game. He lost being leader in the tournament, but of course he has chances again to get back to that and be the leader again, because we know 3 rounds are left, so these are the most important and decisive rounds in the tournament. So today he is playing against Liu Patrick, who is also the excellent player and doing a very good tournament. And let's see how it goes. It was the Sicilian defense. Let's take a look how it went to here. G6 line, d5, yes, okay. Nothing unusual, nothing unexpected here. On the board number 3, we have the third player with the 6.5 points. This is Mendes Aaron with the black, who is also doing quite good tournament, and by itself he is a very good player. He's playing against Smirnov, who is also quite strong, and it will be a very tough and complicated game, I'm sure of that in advance. So I will tell you that Smirnov is having 6 points out of 8. And pardon me, we have another 6.5 pointers. So we have 4 players with 6.5 points. And the fourth one is Radzimski on the board number 4. So 2 6.5 pointers went down for the opponents. It means that they already played between each other. And here we have Radzimski with white with 6.5 points against Kleshchenikov Arseny with black, who has 6 points out of 8. A very interesting beginning. Let's take a look how it was happening. The closed Sicilian, then suddenly d4, queen d2, b3, that's so unusual thing, e5, knight b5, here we are. Very interesting, okay, what to say? I don't know even what to say. Okay, I never saw the beginning like that, so that's quite interesting. So the d6 pawn is hanging on the same time that the f4 pawn is hanging. Supporting the d6 pawn makes no sense. For example, if we play something like king e7 or bishop f8, there will be another guy attacking that pawn from a3, and that will be the white dark square bishop. So I think it's better to just capture on f4. Yeah, capture like this. Okay, that will be the interesting game for sure. So this is the top boards as I remember. Just a second, I will double check it. Yes, that's the top board of open section under 10. Now we go to the girl section under 10, where we have Adia with white and Venskaya with black. I will take a look at the ranking there and the points that the players are having. So Venskaya is leading with 7.5 points out of 8. She is the only leader of the tournament. She is doing a great tournament, I will tell you straightly. She did excellent games, and let's see if she has enough power and strength to play like that, and even better till the end of the tournament. It is very glad. Yes, actually, I'm glad to see her games, because she is doing a very good chess. She is showing excellent skills and doing the games in the fighting mode all the time. So the opponent, that's very nice that the opponent has for 1.5 point less. So it means that she already played with the other players around her, but I will also announce that after 7.5 points that Venskaya has, the next player has 7 points. That's the only player with 7 points, and then we have the group with 6 points. Nobody has 6.5 points. That's an unusual thing. So here we have the Ufimtsev system with the black, yeah, a little bit passive, but absolutely okay. So this is quite solid opening, and everything depends how the players will fight later. So on the 6 board we have the player with the 7 points out of 8, and this is the only player, as I told you, around Venskaya. So after that, only 6 pointers are coming. So with 7 points here, Bassari with the white playing against Anu. Anu, which is also doing a very good tournament. Somewhere she did not do well, that's why she has 6 points. Otherwise, I think that she is also one of the best in the tournament. So what do we have here? We have here slightly better position for white. It is of course black to move. It is just slightly better for white. Let's go to the next board. This is board number 3 with the 6 pointers. This is Mirzahani playing against Norinejad Nafas. Both of them are having 6 points. Here we already have something very interesting. The d6 pawn is hanging, and this is a big trouble actually for black already. Let's take a look how it was from the beginning. So it seems like that Sicilian with the bishop b5 line is quite popular on our tournament. And blacks are thinking. Yes, it's kind of the trouble for black already. Let's see how they will continue. Next board we also have 6 pointers. This is Cisco Evangelina against Chichinadze Anastasia. The classical Spanish defense. Next we have Sri Karstika against Myanmar. Also nothing special is happening in the Philidor beginning here. Philidor defense, the position is slightly better for white, and this was the last pair of 6 pointers. Now we go to the next section. This is open section under 8. Here we are. On the first board we have Larry Mark, who beat Shokjiev yesterday in a very tough game, and it seems that Larry is in excellent conditions. So let's see how Safin will face all of this. So I will announce you the points. We have here 3 players with 7 points out of 8. So we have the pair of them on the first board, where Larry Mark is playing against Safin. This is black to move. It's very interesting what it was here happening. Okay, nice. Blacks are pawn down, but they have compensation for sure. Let's go to the second board, where we have Anapuredi with white having 7 points, and he is playing against Goreishiamiri, who has 6.5 points. So the black has 6.5 points here. The next board, board number 3, we have the pair of 6.5 pointers. This is Nguyen against Shokjiev with black, with the equal position. Let's see how they will continue. And we have the last section here, girls section under 8. On the first board, Sivanandan against Veselo. It is very difficult to talk in couple words about Sivanandan, because it's just easy to see that this is the super talented girl who is showing the excellent chess skills, who is doing the excellent tournament, excellent tournament. But also on the same time, I want to remind to her parents and trainers and so on, that this is just the beginning, and she has to continue on the same way and improve all the time to do the great chess. You know, for now she is doing excellent. So now, and also I have to say about the opponent, Veselo Zoe, who is also a great fighter, who is also doing the great tournament. She has only 6 points, but anyway, she is quite dangerous opponent, and I hope and I believe that this game will be quite complicated, interesting, and so on. Here we have the Sicilian defense with the d3 g3 line with white. We talk about this opening a lot of times on the previous rounds. This is the most lovely system for Robert James Fischer, and he has a lot of great games on this opening. Let's see how Sivanandan will do today. So one more time, Sivanandan has 7.5 points out of 8, and the opponent Veselo Zoe has 6 points out of 8. So here we also have no 6.5 pointers. We have with 7.5 Sivanandan, and with 7 points only one player. This is Sholpanbek Jansaya here on the second board with black, and with white Mukhidinova has 6 points. Pardon me, no, we have one more player with 6, so not one more, we have one player with 6.5 points here. This is Charvi, I forget about her, another very strong player for this age category. I will talk about her later. She's sitting on the board number 3. So on board number 2 here we have Mukhidinova with 6 points against the Sholpanbek with 7 points. We have the French defense here with a quite classical line. Next board we have Machina Victoria against Charvi. So Charvi is having 6.5 points out of 8 on the same time that Machina has 6 points out of 8. We have here the Sicilian. It will be a very interesting game also, as Charvi is a very solid player and I like her chess too much, and Machina is very aggressive and tactical girl. So let's see what will happen in this game later. On the next board we have the last pair of 6 points out of 8. This is Zhumambaeva against Zatkovska with an almost equal position from the Spanish. No, it was 4 knights defense. And let's see, okay, it depends, everything depends here how the players will fight later in the middle game and end game. So this is shortly about today's top boards, their points, their chances, skills, and let's see how it continues. Now I'll go back to the open section under 12. I will do the quick review of all of them, then we will do the short break. So here we have on the first board Beso against Uskov Artyom. Yes, this is kind of very close to the equal position from the Catalan. This is Ding against Sovinsky. I played this opening couple times with white and I was not grateful from it. Okay, it's not like a bad for white, but I think that the black has more rich and different plans, fruitful ones, than the white. White is a little bit limited in that. Okay, let's see how they will fight there. Nothing unusual for now happening. Then we have Movahed Sina against Mohammadian Sichani, with a pawn down for Sina, but with a great compensation and the temporary advantage in development. Let's see how it was from the beginning. It was Caro-Kann. And the same that Movahed already had in this tournament. Here he did castle. Actually, I don't remember what he did in that game. C4. Interesting. Let's see how it continues. Then we have another 6 pointers here. Mamedov against Lysenkov. White's position is preferable. Whites are slightly better. Then we have Ahmad against Dao. That's quite unclear. Mostly equal, dynamically equal. Delgerdalai against Adiredi. Also nothing special happening. And Vaz Ethan against Temirbekov. The same thing here. Nothing unexpected for now in the open section under 12. Under 12, Geladze against Shubhi. The position is equal. Nothing unusual is happening. Nothing unusual. Next board, Yusefian against Goryachkina. Yeah, that's slightly better for white, that's for sure. Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova, with a very classical Sicilian defense with the equal chances. Then we have Beberania against Abramkina. Very complicated, very complicated. We can say that mostly with equal chances. Open section under 10. Shilon against Kleimeno with nothing special happening for now. Then Unsal against Liu Patrick. Also nothing special, almost equal position. Then we have Smirnov against Mendes. The same here, complicated, mostly equal. Then Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. Yes, it was. Sorry, we are back. We are having some technical issues, so I will continue. This is board number 2 and in the section girls under 10. Nothing unusual and unexpected here also. Board number 3, Mirzahani against Nouri Nejad. What happened here? Let's take a look. Bishop f8, and the whites are just pawn up. That's nice. On the move number 10, Mirzahani is already pawn up, so of course it is giving her a big advantage. Next board we have Cisco against Chichinadze without any unusual things happening in the Spanish defense here. Then we have 3 Karstika against Myanmar. Philidor defense where whites are a little bit more active. Let's go to the open section under 8. On the first board, Larry Mark against Safin. This is black to move. Yes, kind of close to the equal, without any unexpected things. Also the same here against between Anapuredi and Goreishia Miri. And board number 3, Nguyen against Shokjiev. Let's see if any of the sides could win this equal position. Girls now under 8. The first board, Sivanandan against Veselov. Nothing so special for now. The same as between Mukhidinova against Sholpanbek and Machina against Charvi. Also very complicated and mostly equal position for now. Let's see how they will fight later. Then we have Zhumanbayeva against Erzatkovska. Same, nothing special is happening. Okay, so for now, dear chess fans, we can let them end up their openings, and we will be back soon with the middle games of the players in our tournament of the top boards, and we will continue reviewing it. Be with us. See you soon.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში ფიდეს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო
ფიდეს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო.
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
Hello dear chess friends, we are back again from Batumi World Youth Championship and under 8, 10 and 12. Opening the girls section, we are having round number 9 today. We are on the final stage of the tournament where each game and not each game, each move is extra decisive. So let's start. Let's go with the open section under 12. Let's review the games there. First board we have Beso with the white against Uskovartum. With almost equal position, let's say so, but it's not like a deadly equal, of course. It's with the chances for both of the sides. It will not be surprising if any of the opponent will win this game. So any of them could win. Let's go to the next board. Here we have D against Sovinsky. Queen on f3. A little bit strange place for the queen. It is black to move. Last move was knight from g3 to e2. Okay, I understood that knight want to go on f4, but from other side, black has just knight e7 here, like this. Then c6 and bishop f5. Okay, from the point of view of mine, I like this position to play more with black, but obviously the position is of course equal. Next board, board number 3, we have Movahed Sina against Mohammadian Sichani Arshia. We already said that both of the players are from Iran, and today we have that kind of match between the friends. Let's see what gonna win, the friendship or the color of the pieces, white or black. So for now Movahed Sina is a pawn down, but having the full compensation for that, as the black pieces are not developed. They are a little bit stuck and passive. Also, there is a problem with the king, as it could not castle on the king side, and the only side that it could castle, this is a queen side. So Movahed will fight for initiative, that's for sure. Last move was bishop c1, as it was on g5 under the attack. So let's see what he will create next and how he will improve the attack and create the dangerous threats to black. Next board we have Mamedov with the slightly better position, but forever. This is a hanging pawns on the board which are blocked, which could not be moved, and in this, from this side, that's the weakness of the hanging pawns. When they are blocked, when the black does not have any active and aggressive plan, so they just have hanging pawns, then it is just a weakness. Not like that's just losing or a very bad position for black, but of course it is slightly better for white and forever. Forever I say, like, if there will not be something unexpected blunders that we have a lot of them in the last rounds. We are talking about that the players are a little bit tired already, because the 11-round tournament is quite a long distance tournament. And that's why in the end some of them are getting tired and doing the blunders during the game. Next board we have Ahmad against Dao. Almost equal position, nothing special happening. Delger Dalai against Adi Reddy Arjun. Here Adi Reddy is pawn up for now, but with the great compensation for Delger Dalai. And the last board we will review in this section. This is Vaz Ethan with the 6 points against Emir Bek of Taimas. Also with the almost equal position, with the equal chances for both of the opponents. Girls section under 12. Here we have Geladze against Shubki. The position is quite complicated. Actually, I like the black's position a little bit more, as the castles are on the opposite sides, and the black already has the object to attack on the queen side. I'm talking about the a3 pawn. On the same time, when white does not have any object to attack on the king side, but what is compensating that fact is that whites are having a little bit more space, and the weakness on d6 where the black pawn stays. Of course, it will be a very tough game, so it will be very interesting to review it again and again later. On the second board, Yusefian against Goryachkina. Also a very complicated position with the equal chances. Then we have Preobrazhenskaya Diana against Ismailova Khanim. Ismailova pushed d5. So usually when in the Sicilian blacks are pushing d5 and they are not losing immediately, it means that they are at least equalizing the position. So let's see how it works here, where I think that yes, mostly the position will be with the equal chances for both of the opponents. Then we have Beberania against Abramkina Veranika. The white king is in the center. On the same time, when they start the attack on the king side, whites are not ready for that, but the black also are having the passive pieces, so the position will be with the equal chances even here. Let's go to the open section under 10. On the first board, Shilon against Kleimenov Nikolai. Here black has no problems at all after the opening. I will not say they have the advantage, but okay, I like to play it with black more than with white. I think that it is slightly better for black. Then we have Unsal Gorkem against Lou Patrick. Yeah, maybe slightly better for white here. Then we have Smirnov against Mendes, with the very unusual pawn on f6. And tell me please how it happened. Nobody will tell us if we don't see it on our own, so let's do it. That was the Sicilian, the Rouser system, sacrificing the pawn, yes, take, and f6. Knight f7 was in the game, and queen f4. Quite complicated position, quite complicated, but super complicated position, I'll tell you straightly. I think whites are better in these complications. Then we have Radzimski against Kleshchevnikov. We are talking much about this opening, I mean about the beginning of this game. And here is black to move. I don't think blacks are having any special problems here, but maybe whites are slightly better, nothing else, nothing more. Girls section under 10. Adia with the white against Venskaya Nika. It is black to move with a mostly equal position. What to say more here? Yes, nothing so special is happening for now. Next board we have Basari against Anu. Last move was h4. Quite interesting. I think that the black can even face with h5. Or maybe ignore it and play f5. That also makes sense. It's with equal chances for both of them. Then we have Mirzahani against Nouri Nejad, where Mirzahani is a Pona from the move number 10. So technically it will be winning. Let's see. Then we have Cisco against Chichinadze, with the super classical and well-known position without any unexpected things. And then we have Sri Karthika against Myanmar, with also equal position. Yeah, nothing so unusual and unexpected is happening for now. Then we have Larry Mark under 10 open section, board number 1, playing against Safin, with the mostly equal position here. Oh, sorry, it is white to move. It could change a little bit. If it is white to move, then it makes sense to say that whites are slightly better. Then we have Anapuredi against Gorey Shiamiri. Anapuredi's position is just better because he's ahead in development. Also, that h5 and a6 moves on the board is so unclear. What for are they there? Yes, that's an advantage. Advantage for Anapuredi on the board number 2. Next, we have Nguyen against Shokjiev. The position changed so much and they played so quickly. They have already 30 moves done in 1 hour of playing. Oh wow! Let's take a look how it was. That's something wrong. Yes, now it's fixed. So that was the Slavian defense with the exchanging line. Yes. Next. F4, F5, nice. A very strange position. A very strange position. It was equal completely, but now it is completely complicated. Let's see who will play better in those complications. Girls number 8, girls under 8. Sivanandan against Veselo. It is white to move, definitely, because if it was black to move, just d4 and fork. Yeah, complicated game for with the chances for both of the players. Next board we have Mukhidinova against Sholpanbek. Yeah, I think from the opening, Sholpanbek is having an excellent position here with the black in the French defense of knight c3, bishop b4 line. And the board number 3, also very interesting. Here we have Mahina against Charvi. I think blacks are a little bit better here already. Then we have Zhumanbaeva against Zatkovska, or the equal position. And that's it. Now let's go to the second turn and continue again from the open section under 12. Here we have Beso with white against Uskov. Last move was rook fd8. After d5, blacks are going to play knight b6 and then with the bishop on e8. Yeah, mostly the position is equal here, absolutely playable, and everything could happen in this game. D against Sovinsky. Yes, Sovinsky did what I was saying. He played knight e7 and c6 on the same time that white did knight f4 and b4. We were also saying that. The plans for both of the sides. And I think bishop f5 here, or actually first black can play a6. Yes, they can do that. And then play bishop f5. The position is equal. Let's see. Movahetsina against Mohammadian Sichani Arshia. And Mohammadian Sichani is thinking much after white's bishop c1. Okay, actually they have to think about their position. That's for sure. It's time to think. Yes, here we have clearly a better position for Mamedov Edgar. He has advantage. Then Ahmad against Dao. Mostly equal, the position didn't change. Delgerdalai against Adi Reddy Arjun. Last move was h6. I think white can just move with the king on b1. Compensation for the pawn. Compensation. Delgerdalai has compensation. And was Ethan against Emirbekov Taimas. Complicated with the equal chances. So nothing unexpected here in this section. Girls section under 12. And here we are. Somebody called for fire and they start. White played f4, attacked the knight on e5, black ignored it and played b4. Being active and aggressive is of course the decisive thing in this game, as it is opposite side castles, and it is very important who will be first. Complicated. Let's see how they will continue. Next board, Yusefian against Goryachkina. white played b5. It's slightly better for white here, for Yusefian. Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova. Yes, Ismailova completely equalized the position. Now Preobrazhenskaya has to be careful to don't get a bad position. Obviously it is equal. Then we have Beberania against Abramkina Veronika. And it is black to move. A strange attack that Beberania started, but dangerous, you know. There is a lonely king on the king side, and the next move is h5 hanging. I'm thinking about such a strange move as a queen d8 to attack that h4 pawn with the queen, then later to capture it with the queen and with the check. I think black's position is actually advantage here. Let's see how Abramkina will continue. Okay, the point of mine is that on h5 I'll do queen h4 check, king f1, and here I think I'll play knight g3 check, if it works. That on king g2. I'm not sure about capturing on e2 and capturing h5 also could be working. Also knight h5 immediately could be working. Also I got this kind of interesting idea to play e5. The point is that if the white will capture on e5, then it will be bishop h3 check. On king h2 there is bishop f1 checkmate, and on king f2 there is knight e4 gaining the queen, and on king g2 I think the king is dancing quite much. Oh, sorry, I miscalculate here. No, actually everything is correct. Yes, everything is correct. So instead of king h2, of course, king f3, and here I have a different options. That should be good for black. So on bishop g4 check, it means that the king has to go on e3, because if it goes on f2, there is knight takes e2 check. But if it goes, okay, on f4, I don't want even to consider, at least I have this. And on e3, knight f5, and where the king goes. Knight f5 check. If the king goes here, there will be the checkmate after queen h3. And if it goes on f4, bishop takes e2, also checkmate. Yes, so that e5 seems like very dangerous. So that's why queen d8. That's why queen d8. For me, it makes a good sense to play queen d8 and attack that pawn. But no. Abramkina played knight takes h4 and rook h1. This is what happened in the game. Yes, I don't think that it will be dangerous for black, but anyway, for me queen d8 was like looking better. Open section under 10. As I told you before, I will repeat it, and I am on the same mind that I like here black's position more than the white's position. Obviously, maybe it is very close to equal, but black's position I like more. That's it. Unsal against Liu Patrick on the second board. It already smells like a draw. But black does not have any kind of problems. Then Smirnov against Mendes. Protected passed pawn on f6. That's crazy. That's very good for white. That's very good for white. Now they have to solve the problem connected to e5 pawn, then it's hanging, like queen takes e5 is hanging. But on the same time here, white can play just bishop h3 or bishop g2. That if the black will capture on e5, after rook e1, I will get that pawn back, the e6 pawn or d5 pawn. So definitely this is an advantage for white. When they have f6 pawn on the board and it is protected on the same time, that's a very big advantage. Also, any endgame will be advantage for white. Yeah? Any endgame. Yeah, Smirnov is having a big advantage. Next board we have Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. I told you that I don't believe in advantage of white in this position, and I think this is what we have on the board. Again, I will repeat, maybe something slightly better for white, but nothing special. Girls action under 10. Adia against Venskaya. Venskaya, the amazing. We can say like that because this girl is actually amazing. She's a very good chess player already in this age. So this is black to move. And some tactics appears connected to f7 square. Tricky idea, we can say like that. She's creating the tricky threats there, which is not easy to support at all, and white could get the advantage from this position, that's for sure. So Venskaya is having some troubles. Let's see how she will solve them. Valeri against Anu. Still without any big troubles for black. But I think playing f5 somewhere with black was more safe to support the king side. So last move was bishop h6. It seems like they want to capture on e5 in case white will play g4. So for example, g4, take, and knight takes e5. They want to do something like this. That's a small trap for Valeri. Let's see how she will continue there. Here nothing is changing. Mirzahani is just pawn out from the opening without any compensation for black. Cisco against Chichinadze. Also very famous and well-known position without anything special and unexpected. Here we have Sri Karthika against Myanmar. Mostly equal position also. Open section under 8. Larry Mark against Safin. Larry Mark creates a great initiative. You see, he's doing a very good tournament and he's doing very well. He has an advantage. Definitely white has an advantage here when the opponent's king is in the center and could not be castle. Of course it's an advantage, at least temporary. Then Anapuredi against Gorey Shiamiri. I think Anapuredi could get more advantage than this. I think he just missed a big part of it by taking on d5. Now nothing special is happening for white. The position is almost equal. And Guen against Shokjiev. What's happening here? Guen blundered something, as I see. Let's take a look. After this, queen e3, queen d6, yes, we already saw that, and f6. We stopped here. Rook g4, take on g5, take, check. Rook e3, and just take on e4. That's game over. I mean, that's it. Black won. Black just won the game. Easily. Yeah, Shokjia won the game. Congratulations. After the chess player is losing the game in the tournament, after that it is very difficult to recover, and as we see, Shokjiev did it perfectly. This is a very important skill also for the chess player. Let's go to the girl section under 8. Here we have Sivanandan against Veselov, with the super complicated position, with the equal chances for both of them, and Mukhidinova against Shulpan Bek. Shulpan Bek is having an excellent position after the opening. It's not like a big advantage, but it's just better position. And the next board here we have Mahina against Charvi. Complicated position, absolutely. And Jumanbaeva against Rzadkovska Lila, with the mostly equal position. Okay, dear chess friends, we will do here the short break now, and we'll be back soon with you.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში ფიდეს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო.
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
Hello dear chess friends, we're back from Batumi World Youth Championship under 8, 10, 12. Open in the girls section, we have round number 9 today and we will go directly to the games. This is open section under 12. First board we have Beso against Uskovartiom. Yes, the position is almost the same kind, close to equal, but I think slightly better chances for white as their pieces and pawns are more active and having more space. So we could say, for now, we could say that the white's position is a little bit better. Next board we have Ding against Sovinsky. Sovinsky decided to put the knight on f5 more than the bishop on f5. Okay, let's see, knight could go also on d6 to control the e4 and c4 and b5 squares. Let's see what he will do next after knight f5. Here we have Movahed Sina against Mohammadian Sichani, where whites are pawn down, but having the compensation definitely. That will be the tough game. Next we have Mamedov against Lysenkov. And Lysenkov got some initiative. Let's take a look how it was happening. Knight c5 here. Bishop takes. Okay, queen c2. I'm not sure about queen c2 move. Okay, queen c8. Maybe it was time to play bishop e3. Yeah, makes sense, no? That on bishop f5, maybe I'll play queen c1. Because what happened in the game? Here we are. The white already did queen c5. Now knight e4 is also coming with tempo. Mamedov is missing a little bit of development. For example, in this position, if the pawn is on b3 and bishop is on b2, then it's definitely a better position. But for now, Lysenkov could create some initiative based on the temporary advantage that the whites are not developed yet. Next, we have Ahmad against Dao. Last move was bishop takes c4. Interesting, quite interesting. Let's see how it was a little bit earlier. c5 from black. What a nice move. And white decided to play c4 first and then capture on c5 and suddenly bishop takes c4. So what's going on if I just capture that? Okay, more than rook c8, I can't think about anything. But knight b3. And on queen takes c4, king b1, king a1, and queen takes g2. Rook c1. And if the black captures, I'll capture with a knight. Yeah, quite unclear. Quite unclear, but okay. Anyway, I like it for white more because they are a piece up. So let's see what, yes, that happened in the game. Now Ahmad is thinking. Let's see what's going to happen there. Next board, we have Dilger Dalai against Adi Reddy. As a knight on d5, white should have the full compensation. The only thing is that we have to calculate what's going on bishop g5. Take. Take again. There is a checkmate hanging. Interesting, if there is a full compensation there. Okay, it seems like black has to play f6. But in that case, there will be maybe queen g6 check first. Yeah, queen g6 check makes sense, or not. King f8. And rook g1, rook g8. Maybe nothing special happening here for white. Then instead of queen g6, maybe taking on g7, long castle. Very complicated position. Let's see what happened in the game. In the game, black played rook g8. They did not go to that. Okay, that's their choice. Then we have Vazathan against Amirbekov. Yeah, the same type of position. Nothing has changed here. Girls section under 12. Only 2 moves has done after our last review of this game. So about 20 minutes passed. So white played knight b1 and black played knight g6. Well, definitely, I like black's position more. So, because of the one important fact, that's the opposite color castles, and blacks are first to attack the king, to create the problems. Also the e4 pawn is hanging, f4 pawn is hanging. Tough position. Tough position for white. Let's see. Next board we have Yusefian against Goryachkina. Yusefian is slightly better. Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova. Seems like an equal position. Beber against Braunkina. Yes, if there will not be the checkmate, then Beber is just losing, and I don't see any checkmate there for now. Open section under 10. Shilon against Kleimenov. The same kind of position. I think blacks are just slightly better here. They can push d5, they can push f5, they have more space. Unsal against Liu Patrick. The position is equal. At least black has no problems. Then Smirnov against Mendes. Smirnov decided to sacrifice something. Okay, let's check it, how it was. F6, this, and Queen B4. They did not play Bishop H3 or Bishop G2. They play Queen B4 and on knight E5, Rook E1. I think Mendes is in a very big troubles here. Queen F4 is hanging, like gaining the knight. If the knight just goes somewhere, the knight D5 is hanging. For example, even on knight C6, I think white could capture on E5. As black does not have knight B4, because of knight C7, getting back the queen and doing the fork and gaining the rook. Yes, Mendes is in trouble there. Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. The same type of position, almost equal. Girls action. Let's see how it was after this, when Adia was creating the tricky threats. Knight G5. Yes, and black has to go back with the queen on E7, B3, H6. Yes, so Venskaya solved that problem, connected to F7 pawn. Now she has to solve the problem connected to G6 pawn. Of course, she should not blunder that knight G6 is hanging. So black can play just King G7 or even King H7, and the position is equal for now, but playable from both of the sides. It's not like close to draw. It's not like that at all. And here we have Basari against Anu, where I was suggesting for Anu playing F5 instead of H5. She decided to play H5. And now there is some unpleasant attack happening on the king side. Unpleasant for black, because their king is quite weak, and white could start a huge attack there. They are doing again the tricky thing. You remember in this moment they played Bishop H6, that to stop G4. On G4 there was take on G4, take on E5. White play King H2, King h8, rook g1, and queen c7. Now black again want to capture on e5. So Anu is doing quite tricky chess. That's nice to see. Okay, obviously the position has to be better for black. But sorry, is it hanging actually? So I will do the random move for example, like this. Is it actually hanging? Because there is bishop d4. If I support f4 pawn, then it's hanging. Yes, if I don't support f4 pawn, then it's hanging. So I can play even rook e1 and then play g4. Okay, it's a little bit dangerous, the black's position there. Then Mirzakhani was pawn up. She's pawn up again. And the last move for black was knight b4. Excellent. So what's the point? The point is that if the white will capture on b4, there will be rook a6. And on queen c5, there will be rook c8. Trapping the queen. Let's see now, double check if it is a blunder. If the white does not have something better on knight b4, as rook a6 is hanging. If they have nothing better, then it means that it was blunder. On knight b3 could happen. The point is that on rook a6, I will play knight c5. And when the black capture, I will capture on d7 with a winning position. Let's see now if the black has something better than rook a6. Knight a5 is also hanging. Seems to me that bishop f8 is the only move to support the trap. Knight a5 anyway. I don't see anything better than rook a6. But now I have queen b7. Seems like knight b3 is the best. Let's double check if the move like knight c2 or something like that working, but I can play the knight c5 and then move my rook. Knight c5, so let's see. This is a nice tactic, but I don't think that it is supported with the wall calculation, but maybe just looking for the chances, as blacks are anyway pawn down, and if they just continue, the position will be just losing, so they are looking for the chances for creating the problems to force the opponent to do the mistakes. So now let's see how Mirzakhani will make it, how she will clarify the position and how she gonna fix the advantage. Next board we have Cisco against Chichinadze. Nothing is changing in this position, close to equal. Then Sri Karthika against Myanmar. Sri Karthika is more active. It seems like she is getting the advantage in this position. Open section under 8. Here Larry Mark won against Safin. Yeah, Larry Mark did a very big step ahead to be the champion of the world under 8. Well done, what to say. Very well done. Let's see how he will play the last rounds. For now he has 8.5 points out of 9, which is actually great. So let's see how he will continue. Next board we have Anapuredi against Goreishi Amiri. The position went to the equal. Shogiev won the game. Yes, we already said that about half an hour ago that he was just winning. And girls action. Here we have Sivanandan against Veselo. Still with a very complicated position, unclear position. It is a great fighting there happening. Next board we have Mukhidinova against Sholpanbek, where the position for white is very bad on the move number 14. What happened here? Let's take a look. This was the position. We said that black has no problems at all, but what happened next later? Queen b1, 94. Oh my god, all pieces went back. What to say? It's a very big advantage for black, almost winning. I'm talking about Sholpanbek. Next here we have Mahina against Charvi. With the super complications on the board. And Jumanbaeva against Erzatkovska. It's a very interesting position. It is white to move. And there is a tricky thing. Last move was b6. And if the white will capture on c6, capture with the knight, blacks are capturing that. And if the white capture now on e5, there is that tricky checkmate happening there. So on b6, Shumanbaeva has to be careful to don't blunder that. I think she could play just king g1. Yeah, the position is quite complicated here also. Let's go back to the open section. Under 12, here we have the same type of position, absolutely same type of position between Besov and Duskov, slightly better for white. Next we have Din against Sovinsky. Here something has changed. Sovinsky put the knight on e4 and Din captured it from the knight on c3. Position is kind of equal. Then we have Movahed against Mohammadian Sichani. I don't say from white, I mean from Movahed to create any special initiative, so he just continued. In that case, black want just to play bishop d7 and maybe do the long castle. Why not? And in that case, they will be just pawn up. Let's see if Movahed will create something more. Then we have Mamedov against Lysenkov. Bishop h3. That makes sense. That makes sense. It will be very difficult to fix the advantage here for white as they are behind in development. Of course, they are not risking anything, but we're talking about the advantage, how to fix it. And it will be quite difficult here. Here we have Ahmad against Dao, and everything happened exactly with the same way that we were saying here. And okay, the question now is we have only one question here. Ahmad will win this game or it will be draw. There is of course no chances for black to win this game. Let's go to the girls action under 12, where we have one more move done between Geladze and Chubkin. Geladze played bishop d3 and Chubkin played reacts correctly. She played c5. So I will repeat that the white's position is quite dangerous. I prefer the position for black much more. Next game, Yusefian against Goryachkina. Nothing much has changed here. Yusefian is slightly better. Then we have Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova. Here also only one move is done, so that's very close to equal. Beber against Abramkina. We are talking that if the white will not do the checkmate, then it will be a very bad position for them. So the position is very far away from checkmating the black's king. So Abramkina is having a very big advantage. She's pawn up actually, without any compensation. Open section under 10. Shilon against Kleimenov. Okay, I was saying about this position from the beginning and I'm on the same mind now. The blacks are having slightly better position and they can improve step by step, which is actually Kleimenov doing perfectly. So it will be a very tough position and tough game for Shilon. Then we have Unsal Gorkem against Liu Patrick with the absolutely same kind of position without any problem for black. White has to equalize actually. Then we have Smirnov against Mendes with the king on a4. Wait, what happened there? The game is over. It was white to move and Smirnov made the wow, excellent checkmate. Excellent checkmate in the end game with the king on a4. Let's take a look how it was here. So that was the position. We were saying that it is a very tough position and Mendes is in trouble. So he played king d8, then take on e5. Just blunder in one move. That's a blunder in one move. So he was piece down and nothing special. Excellent, excellent checkmate. Bravo, Smirnov, bravo. That was a very good game, very good and effective game. Then we have Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. The very interesting passed pawn on c6. Yeah, I think Radzimsky got the advantage here. Girls under 10. Adia against Venskaya with the mostly equal position on the board. Basari played rook f1, so that move we did randomly and Basari did it actually. So why not? That's a quite that move is quite okay. I actually like the rook on e1, but on f1 it's also okay. It's also okay. That has to be the advantage for white. Then we have Mirzahani. And what's going on here? So after tricking knight b4, Mirzahani did not play knight b3. She played a4. We were considering knight b3, you remember that? She played a4 and after knight c2, rook a2. We have here some complications for white, which was not necessary at all. When you are pawn up, what does it mean? When you are pawn up, it means that the position is winning, right? When you are pawn up and the opponent does not have any compensation. Mostly, it is technically winning position. In the technically winning position, the most important thing, and the only thing, actually we could say like that, that we have to take care about is that to don't give any counterplay for the opponent. Just any counterplay, to don't give it. And now, of course, it is the opposite thing happening for Mirzahani. It's not about the counterplay, the position becomes complicated. And now let's see, she has to win the game from the beginning. Once she won, now she has to win again. Yeah, so That makes sense to save the energy, time, and of course when you are winning, just you have to win without any chances to the opponent. Next board we have Cisco against Chichinadze. Again the same kind of position from the Spanish game, and let's see how they will fight later. Then we have Sri Kartika against Myanmar. We are saying that Sri Kartika is more active and having some chances to get the advantage, but Myanmar still equalized the position, so the position is very close to equal. Open section under 8. Here we have a lot of results already on the top boards. On the first board, Larry Mark leading the tournament. Next board, Anna Puredi is having the equal position with Goreshi Miri. And the board number 3, we have Shokjiev won the game with the black against Nguyen. Girls section under 8. Here we have Sivanandan having the end game, which is black to move, and which is actually slightly better for white. This is slightly better for white, but just slightly. Next board, Mukhidinova against Sholpanbek. Okay, we said that that's a very big advantage for black. This is almost winning. Now they are gaining the. Pardon me, just I will take one more look. Yes, they are just gaining some material. Machina against Charvi. Oh, as the Charvi moved her bishop on f6, now it's much better. But of course the position is still super complicated. Zhumanbayeva against Rzadkovska. In this position we are saying that taking on c6 and taking on e5 does not work. So Zhumanbayeva decided to play d4. Now e takes d4 does not work, I think so, or it works. White, black does not capture it. Because of bishop c6. Very interesting. Yes, could be. So black played rook a8 here. But now white can capture on c6 and capture on e5. Huh? Yeah, this is possible now. This is possible now, and Zhumanbayeva will be just pawn up. Okay, let's see what they will decide to do there. That's very interesting. Okay, dear chess friends, we will do the short break now and we'll be back soon with the interesting games. See you.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო.
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
Hello dear chess friends, we are back again from Batumi World Youth Championship. We have round number 9 and we will continue now reviewing the games. We start with the open section under 12, the first board here. We have Beso against Uskov. And this is the current position for now. The last move was b5 played by Beso. And the position is complicated, mostly equal. Next board here we have Din against Sovinsky. The same type of position, complicated, mostly equal. Next board we have Movahed against Mohammadian Sichani, where Movahed is still pawn down. It is black to move, but I think he will get that pawn back if he wants so. Now the e6 and f6 pawns both are hanging. There is a compensation for being pawn down, but I don't think that the compensation is more than the one pawn. So it could be with the equal chances, or usually we can say like that. Next we have Mamedov against Lysenkov. Last move was bishop f4. Also very close to equal. Next we have Ahmad against Dao. Last move was king a3. Very interesting position we are having here. A very interesting position. Okay, I understood that if any of the sides will win this game, this will be only white. Let's see how they will continue there. Next we have Delgir Dalai against Adi Reddy. Delgir Dalai won the exchange, but Adi Reddy has 2 pawns for the exchange. So the position is quite complicated here, but I like actually white's position more than the black's. It is white to move. I think they can play even king d2. Next game we have here Vaz Ethan against Tamir Bakov. Also with the equal chances. So you see we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boards with the equal chances. It means that the best players are playing between each other. Girls under 12. Here we have Geladze Kesaria against Shubhi Gupta. The last move from white was knight from b3 to d2. If whites are having a very tough position, we are talking about that all the time during this whole game. Blacks are doing solidly everything without any mistake, clearly. So Shubhi is showing us an excellent performance. Let's see how she will continue and how Geladze will do her best to create some chances and some counterplay. As for now, the only side who is playing the chess, this is only black, only they are creating the problems, and the whites are in defense. Next board here we have Yusefian against Goryachkina. It's white to move. It is very close to equal, maybe slightly better chances for Yusefian. Next we have Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova Khanim. And the last move was knight h3. Interesting. Let's take a look how it was before. So it was like this: knight, queen f3, knight f4, and g3. I'm not sure about g3 move. I'm not sure about g3 because take on e4, knight h3. Now whites are in trouble. They are in trouble. So it seems like they have to take on d8, take on d8 and queen e3. This is how they can solve this trouble. Yes, somehow I feel like a draw in this position, but let's see how they will fight there. Next we have Beber against Abramkina. The same type of position, blacks are just pawn up. Open section under 10. Shilon against Kleimenov. A very interesting things has happened here, as I understand. Let's take a look from here. And this is it, f5. This is just better position for black. Let's see what happened later. c4, was it necessary? Let's take a look, take, and d5, wow. Kleimenov is so active. Then take on e4, knight b4. Knight b3, queen c7, bishop e3. Let's see. Has to be better for black, but okay, whites, they activate their pieces on the queen side and maybe they will get some counterplay there, yes. And it could go to the unclear position. I think Kleimenov has to be more accurate to don't give any counterplay to the opponent. Here, what do we have? Here we have that Lew Patrick is trying to get the advantage, as the black does not have any problems at all. They are trying to get the advantage. Let's see if Unsal is thinking the same way. I don't think that he is agree with that. Next, we have Smirnov already won the game. Then we have Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. It is white to move. Seems like a draw. It looks like a draw. Goal section under 10. Here we have Adia against Venskaya. Nothing has changed actually for last 20 minutes. Only one move is done, so it is the position with equal chances as it was before. Then we have Basari against Anu. And what happened here? Anu got in the trap that we were saying. Yes, it seems like that on rook af1, she captured on e5, and after bishop d4, she is forced to play f6. It's not so easy. It's not so easy as after f takes e5. There is, yeah, that happened in the game, actually. And now the bishop has to go, but if he if it just, oh, actually, if it just goes on b2, no, whites are just piece up. They are just piece up, yes. So Anu just blundered that thing. Then we have Mirzakhani against Nori Nejat. Mirzakhani started winning the game from the beginning. As I already told you, she was just pawn up, and then she gave a excellent counterplay and chances to the opponent. Then she woke up again and started doing the only moves. Now it seems like she's just pawn up again, and she has to win this game. Next we have Cisco against Chichinadze, with a very complicated game. It seems like whites are better here. Cisco is better. Sri Karthika against Myanmar, with a very equal position. Let's go to the open section. Here the first board done. Second board is in progress. Annapuredi against Gorey Shyamiri. Here Annapuredi was much better in the opening, then he missed that big part of the advantage, and now what is happening here? Now his position is dangerous. Gorey Shyamiri is doing very active. Next board, Chokjiev won. These are the top boards of the open section under 8, and then we go to the girl section under 8. Here we have Sivanandan against Veselo. It is black to move. Maybe slightly better for white. Slightly better for white, as they have more space. On the king side, they have more active king, and we know that in the end game this is an important fact. So I think Sivanandan has a chance to win this game. Mukhidinova against Sholpambek. The position is absolutely losing. It's interesting how it is in progress still. This is absolutely losing for white. Mukhidinova is losing the game against Sholpambek. On the same time, Charvi already won. No, she did not win, but she is winning. She did not win, but she is winning because there is just unstoppable checkmate or gaining the material there. So Charvi is winning, that's for sure. The game will be over soon there. So excellent performance from Charvi. Zhumambaeva against Zatkovska Lila. Yes, and Zhumambaeva did what we were talking about. She just took on c6. Yes, we were considering that. After this, we were saying that just take on c6, take on c6, and take on e5. So this is what happened in the game. This is what happened in the game. And this is a position for now where the whites are just pawn up. Technically, the position is winning, of course, with some difficulties, but they are just pawn up. That talks about everything. A pawn up without compensation. Okay, I will add that last words. That without compensation, being pawn up, it's kind of very big advantage. Now we'll be back to the open section under 12. Here we have Besso against Uskov. Uskov is, very important detail. He is improving his position step by step. From the beginning, I was saying that the whites are slightly better as they had the space on the queen side, on the king side, in the center on the same time. His pieces was more active. Now it is opposite. Now it is opposite. Blacks are slightly better because their pieces are more active. They are not missing any space there. So Uskov has a good chances to win this game. Next we have Ding against Sovinsky. Here we have the same position, same type of position, very close to equal. Equal chances for the both of the sides. Here we have move ahead against Mohammadian Sichani. Last move was h4. Seems to me very close to draw. Mohammadian Sichani is doing a good game, by the way, today. Next we have Mamedov against Lysenkov. Yes, Mamedov is trying to fix the advantage. Okay, it will be very difficult to win this game, I will tell you straightly. Very difficult, but okay, some chances. But it smells with draw. It smells with draw. Next we have here Ahmad against Dao with a very interesting position here. 2 queens against queen and the 4 pawns. How it happened? Let's take a look. No, earlier. Let's take a look from here. This was the last position we saw, and black decided to play queen d5. A little bit strange, but it is very difficult here to call for the correct line because there are too many calculations there. Got an unusual position. What's next? Very unusual position. Very unusual. Let's see what's going to happen there. Then we have Delger Dalai against Adi Reddy, where Delger Dalai is he continues being active. That's very nice. I was talking about king d2 and make the white king more safe, but Delger Dalai decided to be active. Let's see how it works. And the last board here to review, we have Baz Ethan against Tamirbekov Taimas with the equal position. Girls action under 12. Whites are trying to protect their bad position, I will say it straightly, so I think black will capture on b4, of course. What else? And knight c5 is also coming. It's very bad position for white. It's very bad position for white. Just very bad. I will be surprised if Mgeladze will survive here. Next board we have Yusefian against Goryachkina. Goryachkina did well, very well. Her position was not so good. Now the only side who is playing to win the game, this is black. This is black. Okay, obviously it has to be equal, but I like to play it with the black. Here we have Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailov, so exactly the same thing happened as we were talking about. Now the black's knight on e4 is quite strong. I think white has to play rook d1 to trade the rooks, otherwise their position will be worse and worse. Beber against Abramkina. Yes, just pawn down. Now only technique will decide the black will win the game or it will be draw. No chances for Beber to win the game. Open section under 10. here we have Shilon against Kleimenov, and this is what we are talking about. Kleimenov gave the chance to Shilon to activate the pieces on the queen side, what Shilon did perfectly, and now the position is absolutely complicated without any clearness. Next we have Unsal against Liu Patrick with the absolutely same position as it was a couple moves ago, the same type of position. Next board we already have the result. This is Smirnov against Mendes. Then we have Radzimsky against Kleshchenikov. So they are repeating the moves for last 3 times. I think that's just a draw as they repeat that, and they will repeat it again. So that's will be draw if it is not already done. Girls under 10, Adia against Venskaya. Venskaya started activating her pieces. Great fighter, what to say, no comments. That's actually the great chess player. We have under 8 girls, and she will continue like that. And okay, I also want to ask you to remember this last name, Venskaya Nika. I think she has a great future. Next board, Basari against Anu. It is white to move. Okay, what to say, they are almost winning, so Basari is almost winning. Mirzakhani having the extra pawn again with the long game. Cisco against Chichinadze. How many extra material is on the board? So Cisco is just winning the game without any question marks in the position that we just saw. This we have the equal position against Sri Kartika against Myanmar. Let's go to the open section. Under 8, first board done. Second board, Anna Puredi against Gorey Shamiri, where Gorey Shamiri gained the material, the exchange. Now it is white to move. It's just an extra exchange, so technically that's winning, but the position is still complicated a little bit, so let's see how they will fight there. Girls under 8. Here we have Sivanandan against Veselov. The last move was d3. Yeah, that's a very good chance for black to get the advantage. Even the advantage is possible to get here. But still, to me it smells like a draw. But not the black has to do. After d3, white has to do the draw. Let's see how it was. Oh, white to take there. Oh, that's so strange. Come on. Sivanandan has to play knight g6. It's definitely. After knight g6, what's actually going on? The blacks are forced to play rook d5, so let them stay like that. Let them stay like that. In case of taking on e5, everywhere white gonna be slightly better. Everywhere. Instead of that, she captured on c4. After c4, black has a passed pawn. Oh, come on. Come on, that's kind of blunder. d3. Okay, here is no advantage for white at all. More, they have to fight for draw. Mukhiddinova against Sholpanbek. Sholpanbek won the game. It was the 23 move game. Charvi was winning, so she won the game is over. Yes, white resigned here. Shumanbaeva against Zatkovska. It is white to move. Why knight is on d7? Okay, actually nothing dangerous with that for now, but what is it doing on d7? Now I think the white has to capture on e7 twice and then play knight e5 with the pawn up, but very difficult to win. It will be very difficult to win. Okay, let's go one more time back to the open section under 12. Yes, this is what we were talking about again and again. Look at Uskov. He's very technical player, very technical, step by step. Today he is improving his worst position. Step by step, and finally he got the advantage. Now he is having the big advantage because look at his piece. All his pieces are active, well developed and doing the job. Beso will be in trouble. D against Sovinsky. Again, the same type of position. Actually, D is thinking after bishop f8, that was the last move. For 20 minutes, we have the same position. Movahed against Mohammadian C. Chani. I was telling you that it smells like a draw, and it is very close to draw. Let's see. Let's see if the friendship will be the winner in this game. As I told you, both of them are from the same country, Iran. Next we have Mamedov against Lysenkov, same type of position. When the knight goes to c4, it will be very difficult for white to improve there, so the position will be very close to draw, not to the equal. And the amazing game between Ahmad and Dao. Very unusual. I never saw anything like that. Very unusual. Okay, we understand that the only side who can win the game, this is white. But it's not so easy and clear to find the way to improve the position and to win the game. But I think it is more difficult to protect this position with black than to think with white how to win. So for white it is like an easy game, and the black has to be with a high attention on each move. So white will do, for example, king f2 or king f1. That makes no sense because they can do later the another move and nothing gonna change. For black, each move is decisive, so of course it is very tough for Dao to play this position. Next we have Delger Dalai having the crazy position on the board. A5 was the last move. What's going on here? Let's take a look how it was. King d8. Oh, wow. On bishop g7, there is queen takes d6. On rook take g7, of course, take with the pawn. So black played a5. Queen b5 was in the game. Wow. Delger Dalai is doing the amazing game. That game will be, I mean, even for the book, it will be an excellent game. Vazithan against Temirbekov. The same type of position. Nothing has changed for the last 20 minutes. Girl section under 12. Giladze decided to capture on b4 again, as she is having a very bad position. She decides to be at least pawn up for that bad position, but I don't think it will help to white. The position is too tough, too tough. There are very few chances to survive here for white. That will be very sad, as Mgeladze was leading the tournament all the time, and now after, if she loses the game, then it will be very difficult to get back in the leader position. Next, Yusefian Goryachkina on the second board. As I told you here, only Goryachkina is playing to win the game. Let's see if she could. Then we have, yes, so Preobrazhenskaya trade the rooks, as I told you. And here what to say? What to say? It smells like a draw. It smells like a draw. Weber against Abramkina. Same type of position, nothing interesting happening there. Open section under 10. Here we have Shilon against Kleimenov, and look at the Shilon's knights. And this is what Kleimenov did actually. He gave the chance to Shilon, and Shilon used the chance perfectly. He is pawn down, but who cares about the pawn? His position was quite passive. Now he has excellent active pieces and excellent counterplay. I'm not saying that their position is better, that will not be truth, but it is the compensation for the being pawned down. Next board, Unsal against Liu Patrick. Knight takes d4. Oops. What's going on? So what was the last moves? King h2, king g7, f4, and take on d4. So definitely white has to capture on c7. There is no more moves. And what's next? Why Liu Patrick capture on d4? The queen is trapped. I'm just looking, I can't believe. The queen is trapped. So take on c7, take on c7. Queen takes c7, and the white could not capture on d4 because of bishop c5, and queen is trapped. So if the white will capture on b4 here, that's actually possible. And I don't know here is an advantage for black or not. I think it has to be. It has to be. Anyway, Liu, very well done. Very well done. Very nice tactics. That game is over. Radzimsky is also over against Kleshchenikov. They agreed on draw. Girls section under 10. Oh, what? Queen h5, okay. That was the position, rook d8 and queen h5. Nice things are happening over here, dear chess friends. Is not it just an advantage for black? Actually, is not it a big advantage? It's a big advantage for black anyway, so black has a choice between taking on h5 and taking on d3. Taking on d3 also makes sense. For example, if the black captures on d3, white has to play knight f5, take on f5, and then take on d3. I think that's the best chance for white, because if they capture on d3, then after this, and this, they are in kind of trouble. Both of the, oh sorry, okay, we have a move already here. Yes, we have this position on the board. It's definitely black's advantage. Yeah, if Levinskaya win this game, that will be the amazing result. Basari against Ano. Basari is having almost winning position. Mirzahani is 2 pawns up now, so I think she's gonna win this game. Cisco won against Chichinadze. Sri Karthika against Myanmar, having the equal position. No, actually it was equal. Now it became a little bit complicated. That's slightly better for white, that's for sure. Next, we have open section under 8, where we have the result of the first board, and the second board was in progress. Yes, it is in progress. Anna Puredi against Goreishiamiri. Seems like just winning for black. Gore Shiamiri is doing the excellent game. Excellent game. Anna Puredi is quite good player, having a good position, but Gore Shiamiri did his best, and now he has a perfect chances to win the game. All top boards are all over there in that section. So girls section under 8 here. Sivanandan against Veselo. Oh my God. Sivanandan is in a very big trouble. In a very big trouble. Oh, he missed so many things. She was better and now she's trying to survive. So after d3 tuk, knight c7. No, not knight c7, knight c5. I think this is giving more chances. Okay, she played knight c7, rook d8, take on a6, take on d3. Okay, what to do next? Everything is hanging. I will be surprised if she will survive in this position. Mukhidinova against Sholpanbek. Sholpanbek won, we know that. Charvi won, so here everything is clear. Everything is clear, only first board is in progress with a quite interesting position. Let's take a look one more time at the first board of the girls section under 12. I think you're gonna understand me. I'm a Georgian, and here the Georgian is playing on the first board, and she's having the bad position. I'll tell you that straightly. White's position is very bad, very bad. Yes, and Shubhi continues. Actually, I have to applaud the Shubhi's game. Well done, well done. I did not see for a long time from the girl in this age to play so accurately, step by step, improving the position, getting the advantage step by step, being so solid and accurate. Well done, Shubhi. Well done. Next board here we have Yusefian against Goryachkina with the same type of position. Okay, dear chess friends, now we will do another short break. We will be back shortly with the final results and summarizing of today's day. So, see you soon.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო.
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.
Hello dear chess friends, we are back again from Batumi World Youth Championship under 8 and 12 open in the girls section. Today we are having the round number 9. We are almost to the end of this round. We have a lot of games already finished. So I will go now to the open section under 12 where we have the result on the board number 1. Uskov Artyom won against Besov Hussein. Uskov, who did this game in a very solid style, very technical, and okay, what to say? We can say only bravo. That was the excellent game. Next board number 2. Here we have Ding against Sovinsky Polo. Ding has activated his pieces quite much and got a very big advantage. If Ding will win this game, Ding and Uskov gonna have the same points in the tournament. Next board, Movahed against Mohammadian Sichani, where Movahed won this game. Wow, how he did that? Let's take a look, as the position was actually equal without any chances for white to win the game. Okay. Yes, actually, why not to trade the one of the rooks? It was possible to trade for black. Game over. So simply. Oh my god. Yes, black lost the game without fighting in the end game. Okay, Movahed won this game. Mamedov against Lysenkov. Yes, this is what we are saying about. White did their best, but okay, just impossible, I think so, to win this game with white. It's just impossible. Next, we have Ahmad that won this game. Yes, finally he won this game. Then we have Delger Dalai won game against Adi Reddy. So a lot of, actually all of the boards are finished. Only board number 2 is playing. This is Ding against Sovinsky, and Ding is having a very big advantage here. Let's go to the girls section under 12. Here we have Geladze against Shubhi. I told you that Shubhi is doing an excellent game. And okay, I will remind you that we have the broadcasting for 15 minutes delay. Now on the camera we can see that the game is already over and Shubhi won the game, if I am not wrong. I see the black's king on e5 on the first board in the top there on the camera. So okay, let's talk about the position. What we have for now here, There is a check on the board. If the king goes to the e file, there will be rook e4 check. And if the king will not go there, okay, actually it's just winning with the checks. Blacks are just winning here. So Shup he won. Yeah, very sad lost of the point for Mgiladze. But again, this is sport. So this is life. Every losing game has to be the experience and the base of the improvement. So let's see, 2 more rounds are left, and of course everything could happen. This is like a falling down for Mgiladze, but this is another very important skill for the chess player and any sportsman after falling down to get up, raised up, and continue going ahead. Next board we have Yusefian against Koryachkina Oksana. So we are saying that the only side who can win the game, that was Koryachkina, but they trade a lot of pieces and now the position is absolutely drawish. Yes, they agreed on draw here. They agreed on draw. The board number 3, we have Preobrazhenskaya against Ismailova Hanim. We said from the beginning it's going to be one of the important games and one of the tough games in this section, as both of the players are doing quite well. They are the strong chess players for their age, we can say like that. They have the great future, I'm sure of that. Now it is white to move. White to move. The position is quite complicated. Position is quite complicated, needs a lot of calculations there. Next we have Beber against Abramkina, where Abramkina won the game. Okay, she was pawn up all the game. In the end, now you see she is 2 pawns up and she won the game. Open section under 10. On the first board, we have the game in progress. Shilon against Kleimenov. So Shilon's active play got the result. She has 2 pieces for the rook and the 2 pawns, that's truth. And the position is completely complicated. We can say like that. It's completely unclear position on the board. Everything could happen there. Next we have Unsal against Liu Patrick, where Liu Patrick won the game. He did the excellent game actually. Yes, after taking on d4, white decided to don't capture on c7. I think it was better to capture on c7 than capture on b4. He decided to play f5, but after all of this, blacks are just winning. Yes, simply. Black just won simply. Next we have that Smirnov won, that we know. Next board, the draw. So a lot of games are over. I mean, in the open section, all games are over. Only first board is playing with a very unclear position. Girls under 10. Adia against Venskaya, and what to say? What to say? Venskaya is winning the game again, and bravo and congratulations. Next board, Basari against Anu. A very complicated position. Of course, it's complicated more for Anu because only white has a chance to win the game and it has to be winning. Then Mirzahani against Nori Nejad. Mirzahani was pawn up in this game for a long time. Now it's equal. And it smells like a draw. Yes, we remember starting from here, Mirzahani was just pawn up, but she could not use that advantage clearly. Then Sisko won against Chichinadze, and Sri Karstika lost against Myanmar. Open section. First board, we have the result, white won. And Anapuredi lost against Gorei Shiamiri. Gorei Shiamiri did an excellent game. Shock GF won, so all boards are over in open section under 8, I mean the top boards. Then Sivanandan against Veselo Zoe. Could not say anything hopeful for Sivanandan. The position obviously is losing, so some miracle has to happen to survive here. Here Sholpanbek won, Charvi won. Zhumambayeva, Zatkovska won. Wow, how it happened. The position was like this. Let's take a look. Whites were just pawn up. Yeah, whites are just pawn up. How they lost this game? G4 unnecessary, knight d7. Come on. Dear chess players, one more time. I understand that you are too young, but we have to say that you have to mention it later and apply it. When you are winning, when your position is winning, the most important thing to take care about, don't give any counterplay to the opponent. Don't give any counterplay. Why it's necessary here to play g4 and knight d7? What for? What for to do like that and to create some adventures when you are just pawn up? Instead of that, you have to just improve the position. So white played g4, then knight d7, queen d6, back. Trade the rooks. Why not to trade the rooks? No, knight e5, bishop d5, queen a4, another strange move. The problem is on the king side, and the queen goes on the queen side. c4, queen d1, a strange game by Zhumambayeva in the end. A very strange game, and that's it. Yep. Couple incorrect moves, and the result appears immediately. Very sad loss of the game for Zhumambayeva. She should not lose this game, that's for sure. She was just pawn up. Okay, here we have only first board playing. This is the position. So Veselo Zoe is 2 pawns up. What to say, the position is just losing for white. So it seems like Sivanandan is losing, being the leader of the tournament. Let's take one more look about the results. So open section under 12. Uskov won on the first board. Second board, whose move is it? Yes, it's black to move, that's clear, but it's just winning, yeah? Black has to resign because after knight g7 there is just queen f4 checkmate. So Dinh is doing excellently. Excellent. He lost only one game against Uskov. In all other games, he looks very solid. So we have all results on top boards and top players there. Only one board is playing. This is Mamedov against Lysenkov, where the position is very close to draw, very close to draw. There is nothing to improve with white. And okay, I think that just goes to the draw. So open section under 12, we can say, is over. Next, we have Shubhi won against Geladze, as we were saying. Next board, draw between Yusefian and Goryachkina. And Preobrazhenskaya is gaining the pawn, and it means that she is winning this game. Yes, because in the knight's end game, gaining the pawn is very important thing. Next board, Abramkina finished the game, so everything is over here also. Open section under 10. Here the first board is fighting in a very unclear position. This is Shilon against Kleimenov. Very unclear position. Everything could happen here. All other results we already have in this section. Girls section under 10. Just take a quick look. Venskaya won, that we know. Valeri having this position. A lot of moves has done. It is white to play. As Anu has a great counterplay, actually Valeri did that, she gave that counterplay. Based on that counterplay, Anu has an excellent chance to survive. It is more draw than winning to white, this position. Open section under 8, all games are over. Girls section under 8, only this board is in progress where blacks are having 2 extra pawns. Open section under 12, all games are over, only Mamedov is playing, which is very close to equal. Okay, dear chess friends, I think today we can end up with that. We had a very dramatic games, some of them mostly. We had the interesting games, so we have only 2 rounds left. So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow it will be a very decisive and complicated games. I hope also interesting. Will be there less of the blunders, and there will be more of the interesting tactical and strategical ideas. Thank you for being with us and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
ბათუმი 15-28 სექტემბერი სოფლიო ჩემპიონატი ჭადრაკში FIDE-ს ყველაზე პრესტიჟული ღონისძიება მოზარდთა შორის სოფლიოს 69 ქვეყნის ნიჭიერი და წარმატებული 783 მოჭადრაკე აზიის, ამერიკის, აფრიკის და ევროპის კონტინენტებიდან ითამაშე ჭადრაკი ბათუმში გახდი საუკეთესო მსოფლიოში
ხარული ვარ რომ წელს ბათუმი მასპინძლობს ჭადრაკის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატს მოზარდთა შორის მინდა მივესალმო თითოეულ მონაწილეს და წარმატებები უსურვო
FIDE-ს სახელით მსოფლიო ჩემპიონატის ყველა მონაწილეს ვუსურვებ წარმატებას.